participate in a reality TV show. Bobby, didn't you actually also audition for Canada's Smartest Person?
I did.
So I ended up not pursuing that because, believe me, I am not Canada's Smartest Person. But it did make me realize that all of that iteration had paid off, and all of those no's and doors slammed in my face and the rejections were finally paying off. So my advice to everyone who is starting out early in their career is to be persistent, say yes to most opportunities, and keep putting yourself out there. If you don't know how to do it, you will figure it out. Just try to seize the opportunity. So that's my 2 or 3 minute spiel. I'm going to hand the mic over to this lovely lady who is also incredibly amazing and inspiring.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalia Juarez, and I work as a breakup coach and dating strategist. And I was voluntold by Bobby that I would be on this panel. And I was a little bit nervous about the topic because my business is obviously so personal. And so the story about why I'm such a good side hustler, yeah, it's very personal. My background is as a teacher, and so throughout my 20s, I taught for 8 years. I taught abroad, and when I got my degree, I thought I would only ever get a teaching degree to teach abroad, because who would ever get a teaching degree to want to teach here in Toronto? However, years ago, I met my ex-fiance, which brought me back to Toronto, and I had such a hard time getting a good job. I worked at a daycare for $12 an hour, and it was awful, and I thought I have to do something different. So I decided to open up a daycare, and so in 2010, I opened up a holistic daycare. A few months later, I went through my broken engagement, and it was just terrible, just a few months before I turned 30, so yeah, it was really hard to start over when I thought my life should look a lot different by then. And so I started, while I had the daycare, and that was going really well, I started learning a lot about relationships. And the daycare was so easy, there was immediate success. I had a waiting list within months. And so a few years later, I decided to sell the daycare and start. I had become a certified dating coach. And I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna start my second career as this dating coach. And opened the doors, had a website, and it was actually so much more difficult than I thought, for all kinds of reasons. I don't think I necessarily had the confidence. I was still figuring out dating on my own, but I felt really compelled to help people in this way. And so what I started doing at the time, because I'd given myself a few months to get my business up and going, and it wasn't. So a friend recommended that I turn my second bedroom into an Airbnb. This was in 2013. And I thought she was insane that I would let a stranger into my house, but I did. And for the next year and a half, I had a different roommate every month, and it paid my rent. So I was able to, focus on my business, and I had some pretty remarkable, like Forbes, a 30 under 30 was at my place, like musicians, and I was just learning so much. It was amazing. And so that kind of helped to launch it, and then also I had, my other side hustle is that I have another company called The Digital Collective, and we do web development. But the reason I had to do this is that the first time I had hired web developers and I paid them a couple $1,000s, and I wasn't getting what I wanted. So then they threatened, I had to throw up a website on my own while I was figuring this out with this company, and they found that website. And then I got a letter that they were threatening to sue me because they thought I'd hired someone else, but that was me. So I worked that out, and then because I'd blown my budget, I had to figure out making my own website. So I actually really loved the process and was really good at it, so that worked out. So fast forward 5 years later, my company is Better Breakups, and it's going really well. And I've still kept these 2 side hustles that I had. I turned the Airbnb business into breakuprentals.com, and I specialize in monthly rentals. And I have a pretty close connection now with Airbnb, and I'm one of their super hosts and all this. And and I still consult with people who are starting their businesses. So like you said, it was not linear at all. But what was really great is that I was able to do things that were natural to me and I was good at, and I found a way to align them with they're seen as assets.